Hi, this is Tom Reber. I'm your host today in the Jacksonville Buzz. Our guest today is phenomenal. We're very excited. We're going to talk about artificial intelligence as well as other things. But my man, Jake Van Clief, welcome to the show.
Hey, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here and plenty to talk about, I think.
So cool. So Van Clief Media.
Yes, sir. Van Clief Media essentially was a little brainchild a few years back. Yeah. Started out as a simple freelance writing company, right. But now it's molded into an entire focus on artificial intelligence and writing.
Wow. So just graduated from Flagler College.
Yes, sir.
You're advanced beyond your years in a lot of ways.
Thank you.
You're a Marine veteran.
Yes, sir.
You've taken care of yourself mentally and emotionally, and now you're in a position to really provide some game-changing stuff.
That's the goal.
Let's touch on artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
Tell us what you know. Tell us how you're making that apply through Van Clief Media to your business model.
To make a long story short, essentially fell into it in the military,
Yep.
Cryptography, the very basic level, not generative AI, which is a little different than what I was in. Fast forward a little bit, started going to school, realized that about 2 or 3 years ago, this generative AI really could shift the research area.
Yes.
So I started figuring out ways to use it in political science, research, philosophy, religion. Professors started kind of noticing, and this was before they were worried about it.
Right,
and I was like, hey, you need to be worried about this.
Yeah.
One of my professors let me start using it in papers, but in a way that was constructive.
Right.
Eventually, I tried to prove a point to the rest of the professors, wrote a 50-page paper, got it submitted, got accepted for publishing, and the review board all agreed that the way I was using, the methods and the type of AI I was using was completely useful for critical thinking, not destroying it. And then I started teaching professors how to use it, and then eventually Flagler College actually hired me to teach full workshops, multiple workshops to the professors on it.
Wow. Jake, I'm a big fan of humans and big fan of education. I wasn't the best student personally, but when you can take a multiplier, like a 10x, and you can take a critical thinking idea and a 10x, it expands the mind.
Yes, sir.
And our brains have the capacity to learn at a high level. And you're taking that and actually feeding it the information, vitamins and minerals to really learn.
Exactly. That's the biggest concept I try to say. It's not something that's trying to replace human. It's amplifying what makes us human.
Correct.
Exactly.
One of my favorite phrases is, how do we optimize something? And how do we take it faster, more efficient? Because every year we evolve. And every year we look forward. So Van Clief Media is on the forefront of this.
That's what we're trying to do, sir. Absolutely. We're also focusing on a software that's based around this concept, because I realized the methodology I was using, I had to bounce between multiple AI, multiple conversations, sometimes code my own.
Yeah.
And I realized, well, we can just put all this into a little package and make it way easier for researchers to have this kind of flow of conversation. So the idea of the software is you have a long conversation like we're having right now, bring in a couple AI to start taking notes, start doing research at the same time, and then at the end we overview everything. Boom. It took half the time, and we're focusing on the important critical thought while producing a brilliant paper at the same time.
What's next for Van Clief Media? What's next?
So the biggest goal right now is to start working with more colleges, kind of reaching this methodology out there, get more workshops going, and then we're actually going to have a subsidiary C Corp as well, and we're looking at investors to essentially bolster and get more programming done for our software.
I'm so excited and bullish on what you're doing, with the professors. Taking the education process and maximizing it, and optimizing and the learning aspect of it. So making people that are great, amazing.
Absolutely. That's actually one of my main points behind it is Google allowed an everyday person that didn't have access to massive collegiate libraries be able to really influence and do their own research. It still took skill. You still had to read, you still had to deconstruct, but Google is essentially this infancy of what AI is allowing you to do, allowing you to compete on the higher level with these colleges. But more importantly, the professors need to understand it, because you don't need to be a whiz with AI to be able to use it or even understand it. You don't even need to use it in your paper. You can look at the effects on it as having people. And even further, if you're not preparing your students for a world with AI, you're not preparing them for work or
that's
business.
where my biggest takeaway from this is you're enabling people to mentally prepare on how to utilize AI as a weapon of opportunity.
Yes.
And enhance. It's kind of like adding the proper seasoning to somebody who's already very smart. And
Exactly.
Giving them the spice of intelligence.
And I keep trying to tell people, right now we're in the 1999 of generative AI and possibly more machine learning. Right now, if you're not taking capital on this, it's like saying, oh, I don't really care about the internet.
It's here. The genie's out of the bottle. You might as well embrace it.
Absolutely.
Well, Jake, thank you for being on the show today. Great job. Guys, thank you for viewing today. Jake Van Clief is a wonderful man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results of all his hard work and efforts. So if you'd like to learn more about Van Clief Media, go to dailynewsnetwork.com and enjoy learning more. Cheers.